Oh, wow. Check that out.
You guys branded her, huh?
Yep.
Look at that. That's fantastic.
That's really cool. This is aftermarket. This must be to run the siren, would be my assumption. The things that I take great pride in as being a Daytonian, I've lived in Dayton all my life, is having the Air Force Museum in our backyard. The Air Force Museum, I think, is not just an excellent museum in Dayton, it's an excellent museum in the United States, even the world. It's one of the biggest. It's got some of the most excellent artifacts in there, so much so that they've got a surplus of things, and every once in a while we'll have something that crosses over. You know, they have a Packard ambulance in their collection, and they didn't have any real plans of displaying it because it didn't fit whatever narrative they have at the time. So we said, hey, what's the opportunity, possibility of us getting that Packard ambulance? And it was, yeah, come get it. The overall vibe that I get from everyone that works at the Air Force Museum is that we're incredibly happy to partner with local museums such as America's Packard Museum. We're in our second collaboration with the National Museum of the United States Air Force. We brought a Packard to the Air Force Museum. This time we took a Packard from the Air Force Museum. This car is a 1953 Packard Henney ambulance. They could be a hearse as well. As if you've ever watched a Ghostbusters movie before, the early ones, you know that the Ecto-1 was a ambulance. That was a Cadillac ambulance that could have been a hearse as well. This one's a short wheelbase one. We don't know exactly the story on it, but it was used by Boeing in Kansas. It's a 1953 model with a straight 8, and it's got a 3-speed on the tree. Most of the professional cars, that's what they call ambulances or hearses or limousines, generally were stick shifts because they were more of a heavy duty kind of operation. Automatics at that point weren't fully fleshed out. They were still kind of in their infancy, and they were kind of a new technology. So a company like Boeing probably would have opted for the manual transmission over the automatic. The short wheelbase, we have a longer wheelbase hearse, an actual hearse here that's way, way bigger than this. It's a 1948. This is kind of when we started seeing the cars being wider and lower and more what you expect from a classic car after World War II. What's really cool about this car is that it was used by the Air Force at some point, as you can see from the various markings that's there. We've got a W up front, which may be the indication that it was in Wichita, Kansas by Boeing. I'm not sure about that. It's got a painted front grille. Normally those have been chrome. That, my assumption, is Air Force specific. If you see any Air Force kind of civilian-esque vehicle, they're generally in this kind of powderish, darker blue, kind of cobalt color. Really interesting car. We're really excited to have it here at America's Packard Museum, and we hope you come and visit us. We're going to have it for about 2 years, and after 2 years is up, we're going to have a conversation about whether or not it's going back. So we're excited about that conversation as well.
We have the staff car that you mentioned. How much longer is that going to be on display in our World War II gallery?
That is up this summer, I do believe. And my hope is that we can talk to the folks at the National Museum of the United States Air Force and get it there a little longer. America's Packard Museum started in 1992. The most important part of it was an original Packard dealership that was built from 1917 to 1918 and operated all the way up until 1937. Most of our cars here are of that era, but we have a lot of other cars as well. We have about 50 cars on display. Most of them still operate. We do take them to quite a few car shows. We drive them to most car shows, especially local ones. Earliest car we have here is a 1902, and the latest car we have here is actually a 1981 DeLorean, because John DeLorean worked for Packard during the last years, in about 53 to 1956. Have really interesting cars on display, like we have Al Capone's organization's last car they owned, some one-of-one cars, some cars owned by the Proctor and the Gamble family, some cars owned by some famous racing boat pilots, some cars owned by some famous people that worked at Packard as well. Really unique automobiles that you can only find here at America's Packard Museum.